Hello, everyone. It's Tammy Warner with Aortic Hope. Welcome to our channel. It's Monday, so I'm glad you're here. If you are joining us, if you're watching later, I'm also glad that you're here and you know where we are. But to help other people find us, please push that share button so that we can reach more people that are just entering into this community or new caregivers, and also and join our channel. That will help us. So we always start with Medical Monday. And this one is interesting, I think, to a lot of people. Can you swim after heart surgery? I will say that, yes, I do swim. So we hope everybody's had a good summer, but we're going to continue our August theme of busting some common summer myths when it comes to cardiac surgery. And last week was about lifting weights after aortic surgery. And today, this one focuses on the popular summer activity of swimming. So after receiving cardiac surgery, there's a number of precautions to follow to ensure proper healing, preventing complications, and support a safe and successful recovery. If you received a sternotomy as part of your operation, it is critical to avoid strenuous activity and to take things slow immediately post-op to ensure your wires stay in place so that your bones heal properly. And I will say, sometimes I know they're not necessary. I have wires, but they have developed new things that look like they're like a clip. So it's like this thing that goes behind your sternum, and then this clip that comes over and clips closed. And apparently, with the wires, the sternum bone grows over those wires. But with the new clips that they've invented, the bone does not grow over that, and it keeps the bone in a better alignment. When I've been to some conventions and seen some of the trade tables of what they're showing. So you may not have wires, you may have a clip, and that's something that you might want to ask your doctor about what you have. So you don't want to do anything strenuous right after. And while the guidelines can vary, the general consensus is to wait around 6 to 8 weeks until your incision fully heals before returning to swimming. Every patient's recovery looks different, so it's important to maintain close communication with your doctor and care team before heading for a swim post-op. When you return to swimming, it's generally recommended to take things slowly by engaging in lower intensity activities, such as walking laps in the pool for a while until your sternum heals further, allowing you to gradually increase your activity. So in summary, some of the most important recommendations are to get the go-ahead from your cardiac surgery team before returning to swimming, allowing for your skin incision to fully heal first, take things slow, avoid cold water or water that like extreme temperatures, like you would never want to go from a hot tub right into cold water. And bring along a friend with you for extra safety. In conclusion, with the appropriate safety measures, swimming can be a powerful part of your cardiac rehabilitation following surgery. So I think that's all great information. And we all know that swimming is a really good overall conditioning. It's aerobic, it's strengthening, it's everything. So go ahead and swim with your doctor's permission. Okay, this is great. The Aortic Bridge 2025 Awareness Walk for Aortic Disease. If you have never done this, this is so much fun. It's really easy to sign up. It's really easy to participate. So the Aortic Hope is a proud support of Aortic Bridge Annuals Walk for Awareness. Join us as they walk across the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City. Aortic's Bridge Walk for Awareness is happening, and we're all stoked to be a part of it. So this year it's happening on Saturday, September 27th, starting at 11 o'clock. And you meet at Cadman Plaza Park at the corner of Tillery Street and Cadman Plaza East in New York, in Brooklyn, New York. And it is free. There's nothing there's no payment. you register. The reason they need you to register is because the Aortic Bridge program, they buy t-shirts for everybody. And then after the bridge walk, I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute, but after the bridge walk, everybody walks to a nearby restaurant, and Dr. Ben Yodelman sponsors this through his bridge walk. He has like a buffet for everybody. It's usually like salads and pizzas and like very heavy hors d'oeuvres. And it's a great time to actually sit with people from around the country, around the world, that come to this bridge walk. So we've even driven up just for the day and come back. And I'm in Maryland, Delaware area, but the parking has never been a big issue. There is a parking garage that's not far away from that corner of Tillery Street and Cadman Plaza. Cadman Plaza East is a huge, kind of like it's a park, and there's walkways through with a whole bunch of places to sit. There's a lot of benches along the side, but right in the beginning of Cadman's Plaza, there's these two huge statues, and that's where we meet. You'll always see like a group standing there, and you'll be able to tell you're in the right place. If you don't recognize anybody, just go up and introduce yourself. Entire families come. It's not just for survivors. It's not just for people who are living with aortic disease. It's people who are wait and see. People who I know one girl that comes every year. She has not had surgery, but she's on the wait and see journey. And I guess I've been meeting her there every year for about four or 5 years now. And luckily she hasn't had to have surgery yet. She's been able to maintain the size of her aneurysm. The other people that are often there, lots of caregivers, lots of kids, lots of caregivers. And the nurses, the first time I saw all the nurses there, I got emotional because I didn't realize that there was these nurses that would show up. A lot of them were from the Maimonides Aortic Clinic, but they were thrilled to support our cause and to support spreading awareness with us. So after all the t-shirts are handed out, Dr. Ben Yodelman will kind of find a place to stand that everybody can see him. And he gives a great inspirational talk and tells everybody what the walk means to him, what he hopes to gain from the walk, with all the awareness, how many years we've been doing it, the numbers of people that we have attending. And then he always wants a picture taken. There's also a lot of medical students that will come, that are going into the aortic disease world or aortic thoracic surgery. So he always gets a huge picture. And then we walk as a group across the Brooklyn Bridge. Some people walk to the Brooklyn Bridge and wait there for everybody to go across and come back if they don't feel that they can walk it. Some people walk to the top of the bridge and come back down. Some people walk halfway up to the top, turn around, take a few pictures and come back down. So you do whatever works for you. Then we all kind of gather back down at the bottom and walk to that restaurant and enjoy everybody's company and get to meet new people and be inspired and inspire others. So if you can make it, it's great. The weather's usually great. Sometimes it's been hot, sometimes it's been a little chilly. Excuse me. But it's always a great time. So the link is right there. Just as I said, you would get a shirt, and please register so that we have enough room at the restaurant for you. We pick the right restaurant, and that they also have an idea of how many people will be there. So I can't be there this year. I'm going on a cruise in September and I can't be there, but I'll be anxiously awaiting the pictures. Josh, is anybody here that says that they might be going to the walk? Do we have anybody on the line?
Well, nobody's mentioned whether they're going to the walk yet, but let's say hi to Christina, Velda, and Rob.
Hi, guys, all three of you. It's nice to know you're on the other end listening to me. I really appreciate it. Okay, topic Tuesday. So I just told you I'm going on a cruise, but I have to fly. I'm flying to Venice. So I was very interested in these articles about flying with aortic aneurysms because I do have an abdominal aneurysm or after a dissection surgery. So you need to know your risk. And if you have an aortic aneurysm or have experienced an aortic dissection, understanding the risk of flying is crucial. Obviously, something you need to discuss with your doctor. Changes in cabin pressure during the flight could potentially increase stress on the aorta, leading to serious complications. So the considerations are the dissection, excuse me, with your post-dissection flying is generally discouraged for a period determined by your doctors. Risks include potential expansion or rupture due to the pressure changes. And with an aneurysm, the risk of rupture or dissection may be influenced by the change in the atmospheric pressure. So obviously you would talk to your doctor for personalized advice. But, monitor your health, avoid stress, follow medical guidelines. I'm sorry, and I didn't bring water with me. But there is references here if you would like to take a look. I'm going to get a glass of water. Talk among yourselves. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. I hope that was quicker than you expected. Now I will say that I have flown since my dissection from Maryland all the way over to San Diego with doctor's permission, and I didn't have any issues. One of the things I feel like they could have put in here, or your doctor would talk to you about, is wearing compression socks. And that's good for anybody that's flying to wear the compression socks. So I definitely would ask your doctor about that. And they do have different amount of compression. So that would be a great discussion to have with your doctor. Even if you're going to go for a 2-hour car ride, the compression socks are really, really good to wear. So you can fly, you can swim, and you can fly. So this was an interesting article to me. Women face higher risk of disabling stroke after the TAVR. And so they've included the study here, but stroke remains a feared fever complication in women after transcatheter aortic valve replacement than a feared fever complication. So 2.3, 31% in women and 1.6, 69% in men. So the disabling strokes are there too, 1.6 to 1 for. So, that is interesting. And when I read the article, they didn't seem to have a correlation of why. But Cardiovascular Business is a healthcare media outlet and have reported a new study of nearly 380,000 patients found that women had significantly higher risk of stroke after transcatheter aortic valve replacement than men, and with disabling strokes, those leading to death or long-term care. Driving the difference, women versus men. While men presented with more cardiovascular comorbidities, women faced worse stroke outcomes. Researchers stress that this sex difference should be considered in patient counseling and call for targeted strategies such as embolic protection devices to help reduce disabling strokes in women. Now, I will say, so April a year ago, not this past April, but April a year ago, I had my third major surgery. And of course, stroke was a whole part of our discussion. And I had to say that, yes, I understood the risk of stroke. And when I was talking to the nurses ahead of time, trying to understand everything that was going to happen to me, they said that there would be a needle that would be put in my back in the spinal cord to monitor me for a stroke. And it would have to stay there for a couple of days after the surgery. But when I actually went for the surgery at University of Maryland, he said that he didn't use the spinal fluid anymore, measuring. There was something that he put on my head, and it wasn't invasive at all. It was just up here by my temple. And obviously I was happy to hear that that was there, not something in my spine. So they are changing routinely how they monitor for strokes. So there is the article there if you would like to take a look at the article, but when I read it, it didn't say why there was a difference. I don't think they know. So the Maimonides Aortic Center in association with the Aortic Hope and Aortic Bridge needs you. This is the study that we've been doing every year with Maimonides. They're recruiting participants for an exciting study about psychological impact of aortic dissection and aneurysms on survivors of these conditions in our community. And if you've participated before, they really want you to continue to participate. I don't know why I have a tickle. The Maimonides Aortic Center is committed to enhancing care for those impacted by aortic disease, and your insights are invaluable. Whether you're a patient or have a family history of aortic disease, they invite you to participate in the brief anonymous survey. It only takes a few minutes. It really does. And the answers will be very clear to you. It's, they're not questions you're going to have to think about at all. This survey is part of a multi-year research study aimed at refining care for those affected by aortic disease, and your feedback will really help them understand the impact of your diagnosis on the mental health and quality of your life. All the questions have to do with that, guiding us to improve treatment and services. And the link is right there. Please do it. You can make sure that other friends of yours in the community with aortic disease. It is anonymous. They do publish the results of this. I think they've been doing it for like 5 or 6 years now. I remember when it first came out, and I'm 7 years. I'm 7 years in, so it's probably been about 6 years. But really, the information they're gaining is wonderful, and I'm really glad that we have some doctors out there that are looking at the mental health piece of this, not only to help explain to you what's happening to you, not just physically, but emotionally, but the emotional part of your recovery are also. So at first you don't understand what's happened to you physically, but then you also realize that there's something emotionally mentally happening to you that you don't understand, or if it's very difficult to negotiate through that whole maze of emotional acceptance and understanding, why you might have short-term memory loss now or something like that. Or like with Karen, she talks about the smell of alcohol just sends her off. She can't stand the smell of alcohol because it reminds her of being in the hospital with her emergency dissection. So please take part in that. And we are in our 7th annual Community Hope campaign. So Aortic Disease Awareness Day is in September. September 19th is always Aortic Disease Awareness, but the whole month of September is Aortic Disease Awareness. And so although a lot of people have passed due to aortic disease, we want to show people that you can have a lot of hope while you're living with the disease. And if you want to participate in the festivities this year, we just ask that you email a picture of yourself, your family, something that brings you joy, something that would bring other people hope. So if you do yoga, send a picture of yourself doing yoga. If you babysit your grandchildren, send a picture of you with your grandchildren. If you go for a walk with your best friend from next door every morning, take a picture of the two of you taking a walk. Anything that brings you joy, a picture of you with a book, if that's what brings you joy right now, or cooking in your kitchen. So just please send that to us at aortichope.org. And is that the email, Joshua? aortichope.org.
It is info@aortichope.org, and put the word hope in the subject line.
Hope, yes. Please put the hope, the word hope in there so they can find it real quick.
Let's welcome Brenny and Melissa to chat. Brenny says he's going to go to the walk, the bridge walk.
Oh, yay. Yes, please look. I'm not sure if Karen is going, but there's always people from the board there. And you're going to love it. You're going to love making some connections with new people. And just the whole spirit and the culture of the whole thing is so much fun. It's so uplifting. And if you want to see the video we did last year for our Hope video, you can, it's the link is down there at the bottom. So, and this is the same thing. So we ended up with two of the same thing. Survivor Series. So we tell you a lot about the Survivor Series, but we also have a Where Are They Now series. And I think our Survivor Series is going pretty strong. So I kind of would like to boost the Where Are You Now series. And it doesn't matter if you didn't do a Survivor Series story and you're, 6 years in, that's fine. Just we want you to tell your story. So if you didn't already tell it and you feel like you're not in the beginning of it, it's fine. Wherever you are, we want to know. We want people to be able to hear other people's stories so that they know that they're not alone. And also to understand that everybody's story is different. I've had 3 major surgeries since then. Not everybody's going to have 3 major surgeries. Some people may never ever need to have surgery. So if you're a wait and see person, that would be wonderful for you to tell us about your journey. So if you want to participate in the Survivor Series and you're right at the beginning and you want to tell us what's happening, that would be great. If you've been with us for a while and you want to tell us where you are now, that would be good. And Josh is really good with working out with you how you want to do it. If you want to do a live and just come on and tell your story, if you want to do it in writing, if you want to do a taped video, a scripted video, Josh can work that out for you. But it's very inspiring to others. So to submit your story or to work with Josh, there's 2 different places there that you can click. Anything else I should say about that, Josh? We're doing well with our Saturday Survivor Series, right?
Oh, I think so. We want more. We definitely want more.
Yeah.
I think we are almost ready to do a full 4-week spread during the awareness month.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, I'm waiting for one confirmation and then booking that final week in the month.
Yeah, I think there's a majority of people that find us because they go online, they go on social media, they go to places like YouTube and Google, and because they want to hear somebody else's story. And it's a lot of times their first contact with us is listening to somebody else's story, starting to listen to the terminology, learning the terminology, um, learning about recovery, learning about the mental health part of recovery, and things that you think are only happening to you, and then you realize that other people had memory loss, other people had a hard time with the medication. It's not only inspiring, but it's empowering. And when you feel more empowered, when you go in and talk to your doctor, you come out with a much better understanding of how aortic disease is impacting your life. So yeah, please, if you haven't watched any of the Survivor series, please do that. And if you have not participated, we would love to hear your story. So thank you very much for that. And then we have Share It With You Sunday. We have the car window stickers. So we used to have the magnets, and there's a lot of cars now that there's no place that's a magnet on their car. Maybe we found that some people still had a where your gas lever is, that was sometimes magnetic. But so we have switched over to decals. I have one right here. So they're not real, they're nice size, and you just peel them off and put them on the window of your car. I've had people put them in their businesses. I've had people put them in all kinds of places, but they were meant for your car, but they'll go on a backpack, they'll go on anything. You could even wrap it around a water bottle if you wanted. But it's a $5 donation, and there's the link right there, and we will get that out to you to help spread awareness. So, and also we want to make sure that you know about the care packages. If you are having a surgery, or you are a caregiver and you have somebody, your person coming up with us surgery, please let us know, and we like to send a little support your way. We know that it's a tough journey. So there's a form you can fill out, and you just say so and so is having a valve replacement surgery on whatever date, and we will make sure that after the surgery we send a little care package your way. And they all have different things in them. It might be some socks, it might be some little notebooks. It's all kinds of things. They aren't aortic swag, so they don't have anything on them that say aortic hope usually, but it's just basically a little care package to help you with your recovery. So I see it says here that they send it within 2 days of receiving your request. I thought they used to wait until, like, if you said it was going to be September 15th, they would send it out right about that time. So they must be doing it a little bit different. Can you tell I don't do the care packages? So, but there you go. So go ahead and fill out that form if you are having a surgery scheduled. So where'd it go? Where'd I go?
It'll be down in your, yeah, look for, nope, that's your
No.
email.
Okay.
There we go. Boop. That's not
We're
it
trying.
either.
I'm trying to get back to it.
That's
No.
not it either.
I love.
Don't close that. Oh no. All right. Well, everyone, thanks for coming to Aortic Hope. If you want to find out what's happening on our events list, we'll be going into Aortic Disease Awareness Month next month. In the meantime, same bat channel, same bat time. We'll see you next week. Have a great week, everyone.